Hello everyone, I am Amaterasu Wolf 1 and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. You've come! Excellent! With that buffoon suitably distracted, we can get into more important matters. But before we proceed, what might I call you? An unremarkable name, but it will suffice. Now answer me this, Sareth. You were there when the Phantom Thief, in the guise of the Lady Dildos off with the tree blade. Was there anything about our foe's disguise that struck you as particularly noteworthy? Perfect mannerisms. Intriguing. Where most would point out the sheer physical perfection of disguise, you turn an eye within. A thorough inspection of the mask left behind at the scene revealed a tiny prism skewn into the fabric. It is this stone that allows him to change appearances at will, and yet, like you, this was of secondary concern to me. From the movements to mannerisms, that utterly obnoxious personality, the thief did not merely look like Lady Durandal, he was her. Such a feat could not be accomplished by magical trickery alone. We were dealing with a clever and thorough criminal. Not content to rely on his ample powers of disguise, he studies his targets closely before assuming their identities. He emulates them utterly and completely, and that not even their closest friends or family could detect that aught is amiss. All the key players arrived at Costa del Sol 3 days ago, when preparations for the banquet began. This would afford our thief more than enough time to study his would-be target. Yet some disguises are more challenging than others. Put yourself in the mind of our phantom, Sareth. If you were the thief, whose identity would you first assume? A brass blade, duh. Precisely. Clearly you are far less usable than the Clearly you are far less useless than the bubbling inspector whose company you keep. Strong in number, few of words, able to come and go as you please. A fearsome reputation to scare away any who would draw near enough to realize that something was amiss. An ideal entry into Costa del Sol for our man. Deducing as much, I made a point to question brass blades in the area. Little to my surprise, I learned there was one man who had not been seen at his favorite alehouse for the past 3 days. Our thief has not made habit of wanton murder. Doubtless the poor man is lying naked in a ditch not far from here. In addition to several security duties, each of the blades has been assigned to serve as a bodyguard for one or more of the guests. If the man can tell us of his assigned charge, like as not, his answer will reveal the current identity of our thief. Our thief will not have had time to carry the unconscious man far. I will canvass the area immediately. You begin your search on the outskirts of Costa del Sol. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, where am I going? Okay, I'm going down over there. Don't care about the fate. Let's see. Ah, there you are. I see you! Oh, you poor thing. Excellent. You're one of the less incompetent assistants I have worked with. But thank the gods, please free me from these chains before the snippers eat me alive. There. Now tell me all that you can remember about what happened to you, and try to be brief. We just arrived in Costa del Sol, had a briefing of sorts. Master Gugurumu gave us each orders, who'd we be looking after and the like. Had a mind to tour the area, get me bearings. Next thing I knew, I felt a thwack on the back of me head. When I came to, here I was, stripped of me skivvies. much to the chagrin of those of us who have to look at you. You say you received orders from Master Gurumu. Who was to be your charge? My memory's hazy, but... One was Morgant, father of the groom. The other was a Lalafilian gent from Lunza. Yalto Noto. Now, try your best to remember. Were there any other guests with whom you were ordered to interact? Come to think of it, yes. There was also the steward, Lewenhart. I was to review him with the schedule of events, discuss the protection of key supplies, that sort of thing. Morgant, Yalto Noto, and Lewenhart. Thank you. For an incompetent fool, your testimony has proven astonishingly enlightening. I shall see this man back to the city and into the possession of some new clothes, after which I shall return to Costa del Sol to continue the investigation. Go ahead of me, and for the love of the gods, just make sure that imbecile doesn't cause too much trouble in my absence. Hildebrand. I love you, but you're dumb and I need to make sure you don't do anything stupid. Boop. 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 Bee doop bee boop bada boop. Boop bada doop bee boop bada doop. Boop bada doop bada boop bada boop boop doop bada doop. Here we go. Hello, Hildebrand, I return. Ah, there you are, friend, and not a moment too soon, for I was about to commence my investigation in earnest. Tell me, did your and Inspector Briarden's avenue of inquiry bear fruit? Morgant, Yalto, Noto, and the steward Lewenhart, you say? This does not surprise me. Yes, I had considered them all exceptionally suspicious from the start. With the Lapis maiden in danger, we cannot afford a moment's delay. I, Hildebrand, shall have our thief in shackles before the inspector returns. Fear not, friend, the inspector shall be none the wiser. Ha ha! If he had hoped to nab the fiend for himself, he should have not simplified the task for me so. Ah, there's one of our suspects standing suspiciously under that canopy over there. Just you wait, fiend. I shall rip that mask from your face and reveal you for the rogue that you are. Ah, Hildebrand. Don't do anything stupid, for the love of God, please. Please. Stand back, friend. The man we pursue is a criminal mastermind. The mere slip of the tongue of our case, nay, our very lives in danger. But have no fear. Miss Ellie, ready your quill, that you may record my every word as I employ the time-honored art of parley, handed down from the Manville men of ages past, to reveal our foe. I can think of a few toppings that would interest my readers less than your blatherings. Just catch the thief so I can have my story, would you? Don't worry, Inspector. I brought my quill and journal too. Your adoring fans won't miss a word. Capital! This is why you are my favorite assistant, Nashu. Now behold as I ensnare our prey in a web of words that lead to his inevitable demise. Good morning, Master Kigurumu, and a fine morning it must be, for you most of all. Allow me to offer my most heartfelt congratulations on your betrothal to the enchanting Miss Arabella. What is this nonsense? Arabella is my daughter, you! just who in the seven hells are you anyway? Guards! Guards! Now hold your chocolates, Garamu. I recognize the lad. This is Hildebrand, an agent of inquiry and inspector extraordinaire. Come to save the lovely lass from the clutches of the Phantom Thief, have ye? I reckon we owe the man our gratitude, aye, Venice? Phantom Thief? Balderdash and rot, if you ask me. That said, my betrothed must be quite the beauty indeed, to have such rumors told about her. Perhaps she's worthy of me after all. He excused an unusual degree of confidence for such an effete. Fashion challenged youth. Most suspicious. He's a damn sight easier on the eyes than you. That's me, Venice, ever calm in the face of danger. Truly his father's son. A worthy heir to the Berengar Castonia, and a worthy match for my daughter, I must say. Yes, I foresee many years' prosperity for our families. Or family, I should say. Ho ho! Which reminds me, Master Venice, Arabella asked me to convey her gratitude to you for the golden clasp you sent some months ago. It has not left her neck since the day. Oh, that little trinket? 'Twas nothing. Tell your daughter the greatest treasures in the realm will be hers once we are wed. Ha ha ha! A time-honored manville art of parley? We'd be sleeping with the fishes now if Morgant had not spoke up on your behalf. That said, nothing about the interactions between the three struck me as particularly unnatural. Ha ha ha! Let us not rush to conclusions, Miss Ellie. A gentleman fancies a more methodical approach. Yes, everything is proceeding according to my master plan. Whoops! I was supposed to be taking this down, wasn't I? Everything is proceeding according to my master plan. I sought only to earn the trust of the families before confronting Galto, Noto, and Lewenhart, who have aroused my suspicion from the start. Come, we have a thief to apprehend. Hildebrand, what am I going to do with you? What am I going to do with you? Oh, goodness gracious. I've not seen your faces around here. With the East Aldenar Trading Company, are ye? Well, why, yes, good sir, very much with them. Some might even say we are the East Aldenar Trading Company. Ha ha ha! Oh, pleasure to meet ye. Do tell, is Lapis maiden as lovely as they say? Sianana, here's no slouch herself, but like me, she's getting on in years. No offense intended, my dear. Oh, but where are me manners? Yolto Noto of the Bulgarian Castorium, and this is me wife, Sianana. I look forward to many profitable dealings with you and yours in the moons and years to come. I dare say this wedding and the joining together of our family businesses couldn't be happening at a better time. What with all manner of fell beasts and beastmen taking aims at our wares. Why, just the other day, a shipment of important foodstuffs was made by mandragoras. Nasty buggers, a lot of them. If I were 20 years younger, I'd dice them up myself and make a salad out of. You have heard of the mandragoras, haven't you? But of course, I once spent a year holding my body and mind with the fists of Ralgar. My fellow monks and I would chant several hundred mantra was a day. And your food stores were occasionally raided by a ruthless band of rogue vegetables known as the mandragoras, yes? Would it kill you to read the Mithril Eye and educate yourself from time to time? A fearsome lot they are. Rumor has it they'll stop and they'll not rest until every fruit or vegetable harvested for consumption has been freed from captivity. Why, they struck at the larder here just days ago. Our supplies were decimated. Fear not, milady. I was able to arrange for an emergency shipment to replace the stolen produce. It arrived safely some time ago. Settle down, Sienna. Now, forgive me, wife. She's always saying how meat is bad for her figure. And with that, I'd best go prepare me speech. Carry on, lads. Criminy, none of those three were suspicious in the least, but we must not give up hope. Least he of many faces will have the last laugh. Where there is a will, a gentleman shall find a way. Come, Nashu, we must move quickly, or the Lapis Maiden shall not be the only one to come to harm. You speak so fast, Inspector. The sign of a quick mind, I'm sure. Now, where was I? Give up hope. He of many faces will laugh last. Lapis Maiden should not be the only one to come to harm. I'm not sure that captures the Inspector's intended meaning. But this is no time for us to be standing around. Inspector Briarden will be back any moment now, and he's not the type to suffer excuses. Quite so, Miss Ellie. Fortunately, I have a plan. Let's investigate the foodstuffs of whichever Master Lewenhart spoke. Should we find any contradictions in his testimony, we can consider the man a prime suspect. Inspector Briarden will be back before long. Come, Nashu, this is no time to delay. Crates of assorted foodstuffs and a veritable host of luscious-looking coconuts. It appears our man Lewenhart spoke true? Yads! Those are explosives I spy concealed. Are those explosives I spy concealed among these coconuts? Perhaps I spoke in haste. It would appear that we have found our phantom thief after all. Oh, those are mine, Inspector. I was looking for a place to set them down, you see, and those coconuts looked awfully lonely. Nashu, far be it from me to cast doubt on your choice of hobbies, but what in the name of the 12 would possess you to bring your creations to an investigation? Well, they were so helpful in jogging your memory that one time, and I just thought, does this mean you won't be needing this piece of driftwood either? Your enthusiasm is always admirable, Nashu, but in this event I fear it's somewhat misdirected. Now set the driftwood down over there and concentrate on taking your notes like the astute assistant you are. I say, we are most fortunate that confounding Inspector Briarden is otherwise occupied at the moment. Were he to chance upon the scene, he would veritably explode in rage. Now let's dispose of these things before an errant ember sends us all into a fiery demise. Confounding Inspector Briarden, explode, a fiery demise. Got it! Are you sure about that? Uh-oh, don't look now, but someone has returned at the absolute worst possible time. You two are supposed to be keeping an eye on the suspects and staying out of trouble, yes? The inspector will have a fit if he sees you here. But Miss Ellie, should Inspector Briarden come upon these explosives, the consequences will be even more dire. Cyrus and I will see that the inspector keeps a wide berth at this beach. You two just get out of here and be quick about it. Quick thinking, Miss Ellie. Come, Nashu. We shall return for your creations once Inspector Briarden has been led safely from the scene. Investigation calls us, and we must heed its cry. What am I going to do with you? Hildy, just what am I going to do with you? Always getting yourself into trouble, and I always have to make sure you get out of the trouble. What am I going to do with you?